Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Dr. Elizabeth, and today I want to take you into a story, one that completely changed the way I look at routine blood tests. It began on a very ordinary morning. I had fasted overnight, just like the instructions say. I went to the lab, had my blood drawn, and didn't think twice about it. After 30 years of being a doctor, I've ordered thousands of these tests. I knew the drill. But when the results came back, I froze. My kidney markers were abnormal. My blood sugar was higher than expected. My cholesterol didn't look like my cholesterol. And I remember sitting there thinking, wait, what? I feel perfectly fine. There's no way this is accurate. So I repeated the test a week later, but this time I followed the real rules. Not the shortcuts, not the assumptions, not the I kind of know what fasting means version. And the second test? Perfectly normal. That moment opened my eyes. If I, a doctor of 3 decades, could mess up my own blood test by accident, how many senior women out there were getting misleading results without ever realizing it? And we're talking about results that lead to more prescriptions, more retesting, more worry, sometimes even misdiagnosis. So today, I want to walk you through something incredibly important. The 10 most dangerous mistakes senior women make before blood tests. Mistakes that can distort your numbers by 20%, 30%, sometimes 40%. But I'm not just going to list them. I'm going to explain why they matter, how they trick your blood work, and how to avoid the stress, cost, and confusion that comes from inaccurate results. All right, take a deep breath, grab a cup of water, and let's dive in. 10. Arriving dehydrated. This is one of the simplest and most damaging mistakes. Many women think fasting means don't eat or drink anything. But medically, fasting means no calories. Water is absolutely allowed. When you don't drink enough, your blood becomes thicker. That raises your creatinine, urea, your electrolytes. And suddenly, it looks like your kidneys are struggling. Let me tell you about Ruth, a 71-year-old retired teacher. She showed up to her test completely dehydrated. Her results suggested kidney trouble. A week later, with proper hydration, everything was normal. A simple misunderstanding almost led to unnecessary treatment. In reality, 2 glasses of water can save you from panic. 9. Drinking coffee or tea before the test. All right, coffee lovers, this one hurts, I know, but we need to talk about it. Even black coffee, no sugar, no cream, can raise your blood sugar, blood pressure, and cortisol levels within minutes. And cortisol, your stress hormone, affects almost everything. Linda, a retired nurse I know, had her usual morning coffee before her test. Her glucose looked borderline diabetic. Her doctor was ready to adjust her medication. She repeated the tests, no coffee, and the numbers completely normalized. Your morning coffee doesn't reflect your real health. It reflects your caffeine. So on test day, stick to water only. 8. Taking vitamins or supplements. This one surprises a lot of people. Many supplements interfere with blood work, especially biotin, which is found in hair and nail vitamins. It can distort thyroid tests so badly, it looks like you have a hormone disorder. Iron supplements can make your iron levels appear dangerously high. Vitamin C can alter glucose readings. Herbal supplements can raise liver enzymes. Patricia, 67, took her multivitamin before her thyroid test. The result looked abnormal enough to suggest worsening thyroid disease, when in reality, it was the biotin. Once she stopped the supplement for 48 hours, everything returned to normal. So, if you're taking supplements, press pause until after the test. 7. Stopping medication without telling your doctor. This is such a common mistake. People think if I stop my medicine before the test, my numbers will show the real me. But your doctor wants to see how your body behaves with the medication. That's the point. Skipping your thyroid pill, your levels will look unstable. Skipping blood pressure medication, your pressure will spike. Skipping diabetes medication, your glucose will shoot up. Elnor, 72, skipped her thyroid medication thinking she'd get a pure reading. The test made it look like her thyroid had crashed. Her doctor almost changed her dose. Don't stop medication unless your doctor specifically instructs you to. 6. Eating small snacks. This one makes people laugh because they think, oh, come on, it was just a tiny bite. But your body doesn't laugh. It reacts. A bite of banana, a cracker, a mint, a sip of juice, even chewing gum. All of these break your fast. Your pancreas responds, insulin rises, glucose changes, triglycerides jump, and your blood test becomes a reflection of the snack, not your health. Water only, nothing else. 5. Alcohol the night before. Even one glass of wine affects your liver overnight. It raises your liver enzymes, ALT and AST, makes your blood sugar unstable, raises your triglycerides, and dehydrates you. Joan, 74, had a glass of red wine before her test. Her liver enzymes shot up high enough to suggest inflammation. When we retested, no alcohol, the results were completely normal. So for the 24 hours before your test, skip the wine. 4. Exercising too hard. Exercise is wonderful, but not right before blood work. Intense workouts elevate CK, muscle enzyme, liver enzymes, blood sugar, inflammatory markers. Your body goes into repair mode, and the blood results mimic disease. Susan, 66, took a long, brisk walk before her test. Her liver enzymes looked alarming. She was scared. We retested after a rest day. Everything was normal. So the rule is simple. No heavy exercise for 24 hours before your blood test. 3. Stress and poor sleep. This is the silent saboteur. One stressful night, one argument, one sleepless evening, and suddenly your cortisol skyrockets. Cortisol affects blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, inflammation, even liver enzymes. Helen, age 70, barely slept before her test. Her numbers looked so bad, she thought something was seriously wrong. 1 week later, after a calm night, her results were perfect. Your emotional state becomes your lab result. So before a test, rest, calm yourself, protect your sleep. Your blood will reflect it. 2. Not telling your doctor the full picture. This isn't intentional, it's just easy to forget small things that actually matter. You might think, oh, it was just one glass of wine, just one vitamin, just one cup of coffee, just one light night. But your doctor interprets your results assuming everything was done correctly. Margaret took an herbal detox tea before her test. She didn't mention it. Her liver enzymes looked inflamed, but the cause wasn't disease. It was the tea. Honesty protects you. Always share the small details. 1. Fasting incorrectly. This is the number one mistake because it affects almost everything. Fasting too short, your glucose and triglycerides rise. Fasting too long, your liver dumps stored sugar into your bloodstream. Some women fast only 5 hours. Some fast 18 hours. Both are wrong. Medical fasting is 8 to 12 hours, not more, not less. This mistake leads to misdiagnosis more than any other. So set a timer, plan your last meal, stick to the window.
So there they are, the 10 mistakes that can turn a simple blood test into a confusing, stressful, inaccurate experience. Remember, blood tests don't just measure your health, they measure your habits in the hours leading up to the test. Fix the habits, and you get the truth. Ignore the habits, and your results become misleading. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you, which mistake surprised you the most? Have you ever gotten a strange result and wondered why? And when is your next blood test scheduled? I'd love to hear your story. Thank you for spending your time with me today. This is Dr. Elizabeth, wishing you clarity, calm, and the confidence that comes from understanding your own health. Until next time, take care of yourself. Your future self will thank you.